Yo, 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 what's going on, fam? It's Nico Fleeks. We got a reaction video today. Girl named India Chanel Media. Let's see what she got to say.
Can I tell y'all how I wasted 10 years of my life with a man who had no intentions of marrying me, but he knew I wanted marriage?
Let's talk about how these women will consistently not put any accountability on themselves. It's actually quite ridiculous. I mean, come on, you knew the guy was not interested in marriage. It's either that or she just wasn't a good girlfriend. Like, she probably was a horrible girlfriend. You dig what I'm saying? And let's just face it, marriage isn't exactly a priority in the black community. I mean, and you don't exactly seem like marriage material either. You can see the sharp cat claw nails and the exaggerated eyelashes, you know, the weave, all that type of stuff. Not exactly something that a man typically puts a ring on it. You dig?
I know what you're thinking. Who the hell told you to sit around for 10 years? I know. Sometimes it really gets to me thinking about how I gave up 10 of some of my best years. 10.
See, they'll give up their best years, but the only time they're worried about marriage is once they reach like that 30-year mark. And then now, oh, they're just scrambling, like running around. Oh, I need to find a man. I need to get a ring on my finger, because they know them eggs is about to start turning into powder. You dig what I'm saying? So that's really the main issue with these modern women. They don't even prioritize marriage when they're actually in their prime. They prioritize marriage when they start to see that they're starting to get a little crusty, a little old. You dig what I'm saying?
I was a good girlfriend too. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I was. Like, one time we had a conversation after being
You know she wasn't a good girl when she has to say she was a good girl.
in the relationship for years, and mind you, we met when we was like 18 or so. So it wasn't like I knew how to have these type of conversations in the beginning to understand the likes and dislikes and desires of a man.
Man, yo, this is how you know that she was only worried about herself. She only cared about what she got going on. She only really cared about how she wanted or what she wanted. Talking about some, what did she say? I didn't really know how to ask the man what he wants or what a man desires. That's because you didn't give a, you straight up didn't care. That's how these women operate. They really don't give a damn about you. Everything is one-sided. 90% of these women. Now listen, if you're a good woman and you're watching this, I ain't talking about you. And I know that good women are out there, but the vast majority of these women are absolutely scandalous, absolutely disgusting, lying, deceitful. And then when the relationship doesn't end, or when the relationship doesn't end in their favor, and listen to how I say end in their favor, right? Because regardless, 90% of these women, they're going to leave you anyway. The divorce rate is initiated by 80% of women. 80% of the divorces were initiated by women. So let that speak a few volumes for you. These women, most of them are not marriage material, especially the ones that go on TikTok to go complain like, oh, Lord have mercy.
So I didn't ask those questions. So it was like we were years in, and
She didn't ask those questions because, like I said, she just did not care. It wasn't a priority. And it's weird how like it's like a light switch, right? Once they get to a certain age, now they're worried about marriage and things like that. You should have been worried about marriage when you were worth more. That way you can actually find a man that's actually worth more as well. I don't understand why these women have more expectations the lesser their value gets. It's ass backwards, right? Because what product, okay? And listen, I'm not trying to make an analogy as if women are products or women are like a thing, like an inanimate object. But what I'm saying is, in any other market, whether it's the dating market, the car market, like I don't care what it is, a market is a market. There's gonna be a seller and there's gonna be a buyer, right? She is the man is the buyer. She is the seller. She's selling herself, essentially. Look, she says 10 years, no ring. Well, no duh, because you wasn't selling nothing. The man wasn't ready to marry you because there's nothing to buy. You didn't respect yourself. You was giving up the P with no ring. That's not even classy. The man knows what he's dealing with from the jump. Most men, once they find a decent girl, they're literally ready to marry her. Like give him a year or two at the most. He'll be ready to marry you, especially a decent dude. She didn't value that. That wasn't her values.
He said something like, marriage is just a piece of paper. I'm not doing nothing for America. Y'all, my heart could have dropped to my stomach. Like,
that's what he told you, shorty. And look, much respect to you, though. Much respect. I'm going to drop her TikTok on the description because, I got to give the people who made these contents, I got to give them credit for their work. But shout out to you, India Chanel. I don't know what you got going on. You shouldn't have squandered those better years or earlier years, I should say. Which, for a woman's dynamic, that is the same equivalent to better years. Because let's just face it, the older you get as a woman, the more your value drops. That's why you need to marry early. Because when you get married, your value won't drop to your husband. Your value won't drop to your kids. It just drops to the rest of the world, frankly. Somebody's got to keep a G.
I never knew this. Like, I watched.
You can tell that was a cap. I never knew this. Like, it looked like a bad actor scene, like on a bad movie. Like, you know how, like, when the actors and actresses are just so bad, and you just look at it, and you're just like, this is a really bad movie. Yeah, that's what I feel like I'm watching right now. Like, I just never knew. Yes, you did. You did know that man wasn't trying to marry you. And then you tried to flip the script on him at the end of those 10 years. You should have just stayed with the guy, y'all. You should have just stayed with the guy. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
The proposals on TikTok and Instagram all the time, and I'm like, for years, I always thought that was going to be me. And the whole time, I was dealing with a man who had no.
And it's funny how women want to always base their whole entire lives on what they see on social media and TikTok. That's why my guys, like, listen, if you're trying to, like, take a woman serious, like, if she's someone that looks on social media and tries to live vicariously through other people that she sees on social media, she ain't the one for you, bro. Because you're going to be competing with millions and millions of people on a regular basis, man. You cannot live life in peace that way.
No intentions of proposing to me, ever. So, ladies, I say this. Know what that man's intentions are for you. Out the gate, you need to be asking those kind of questions. Don't be me, wasting.
I don't think nobody wants to be like you, shorty. I don't even think these younger ladies want to be anything like you at this point, because you are the definition of fumbled the bag. You dig? I mean, she's a mildly attractive girl. It's just you can tell her mind wasn't there during that relationship, and frankly, I don't think it's still there. I still don't think it's there. I don't know, yo. These women are peculiar because they want to wait until when it's too late to worry about the things that they should have been worried about at the age of 18, 19, 20, 21. That's why so many of these women are out here just straight up depressed, drinking boxed wine and got like 4 or 5 cats and they're only like 24. Like, damn, shorty, you got 4 cats. You only 24 years old. I can't imagine when you about 60, 70, you gonna be swimming in them cats. You gonna have a cat pool. You gonna need a diving board for all of them cats. But nah, man, it's an actual real shame how these women have been misled. And frankly, it's not her fault. I'm sure knowing black people, knowing the black community, they just don't prioritize marriage. until it's too late. She probably didn't come from folks that were married. Her mom probably wasn't married. They're all baby mamas. Her sisters, aunties, cousins, they're all baby moms. You dig what I'm saying? So, and then once shorty hits about 29, 30, that's when they start to wake up and they're like, wait, this boss B, this bad B energy shit, like it's just not sustainable. Yep, it's just not sustainable.
10 years. Know what that man's intentions are for you.
It's just really bad, like, because they just get real angry at that age. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they just get really angry at that age. Like, you have to ask him this and ask him that. And it's like, let me get your social security. And all like, oh, shorty, like you've already been beaten down to a pulp at this age. Anyway, guys, that's all I got to say for today. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm about to start doing more reaction videos along with my other things that I do. If I said anything that triggered y'all or sparked anything in your mind, drop a comment down for your boy. Like this video if you liked it, for real. And don't forget to subscribe. This is Nico Fleeks, the Warrior King. Oosh!